huge for Anthony Joshua to share the ring with Mike Tyson, okay? Because it would introduce Anthony Joshua's name on a global scale, okay? They like to tell you Anthony Joshua globally is a big name, but he truly is not. Here in the United States, which is the biggest market, Anthony Joshua is relatively unknown here outside of hardcore boxing fans. Nobody knows who Anthony Joshua is, okay? Now in the UK.
Wow. Those are the words of Blue Blood Sports TV, my main man. Once again says some surprising things to his audience and states that no one knows who Anthony Joshua is outside the UK. Let me counterpunch. First off, that can be so far from the truth that I ever heard of, okay? Because one thing, even if people thought that, okay, if they thought, hey, they don't know who Anthony Joshua is, mind you, is what he's saying is true, then they mean that definitely don't know who Deontay Wilder was. Okay, we heard of Anthony Joshua before Wilder, and Wilder was fighting way before Joshua came around. Okay, Joshua is that guy that did come to the States and fight already, right? Nobody knows who he is, though. But yet he came to the States and sold out Madison Square Garden in 2 hours. Two. Right? But nobody knows who he is. He was fighting a guy that was, 20-1 underdog with Andy Ruiz. Sure, he had Jarrell Miller, and Jarrell Miller sold his portion of the fight. But people really didn't come to see Jarrell Miller. People came to see Anthony Joshua because they already had seen Anthony Joshua take on Klitschko with 90,000 people, which was a global presentation, okay? That just wasn't in the UK. It just happened to be in the UK. All right? For one. And for two, you say that he's relatively unknown in the States. What happened in Madison Square Garden? One of the biggest upsets since Mike Tyson. Because, of course, he was talking about Mike Tyson and Anthony Joshua agreed. No, Mike Tyson said that he would like to fight Anthony Joshua in an exhibition. Anthony Joshua's never said anything about that, so that's another counterpunch. Okay, so, I had to set that straight yesterday when I made the initial news about Mike Tyson. Okay, but as far as Anthony Joshua goes, Anthony Joshua is known worldwide. Okay, is he known more than someone like Canelo? Probably not, because Canelo has the Latin American countries. Okay, but in the U.S. and Canada, people know who Anthony Joshua is. Okay, he doesn't need that type of exposure like he didn't need to fight in the United States, but he did nonetheless. Now, should Anthony Joshua come back? Of course he should. He should come back, first of all, to avenge his loss to the only person that beat him in the only place that he got beat at, which is Madison Square Garden. He should come back to that magical place, that historical place, and have the showdown there and put on one hell of a performance against Andy Ruiz. Okay? Which I have another video about him coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. But, Blue's saying that Anthony Joshua is relatively unknown and he needs Mike Tyson to boost his profile. The profile that Anthony Joshua has is 11, 12 endorsements, Hugo Boss, Under Armour, Hummer, all types of different things of that nature. I can go on and on with the endorsements, okay? You don't get that many endorsements without being known, okay? These endorsees have to know that this guy can market anywhere. All right? I'm in DR, right, not too long ago. And I walk into a Nike place, or it was a Nike place, and it was an Under Armour section. Then you had Anthony Joshua up there. You know what I mean? That's in DR. That's on this side of the hemisphere. Now, you ask yourself a question. Would you see Deontay Wilder in something like that? Not as of yet. You haven't seen him do that. You haven't seen him in that type of promotion. But this just shows you when you do have a certain bias and a certain narrative that you're following, these are the type of things that you say towards the rival guy that you don't root for. you're rooting against, because your guy, which is his guy in this situation, Deontay Wilder, he has to say these type of things. He has to feed his audience that Anthony Joshua is not known. So if he says it, it must be true, but it ain't. Okay? Anthony Joshua got his ass whooped in front of the whole US of A on DAZN. You know, and if you didn't have DAZN, you had YouTube. And people seeing the memes, people seeing that shit went viral. But nobody knows who Anthony Joshua is. Like Deontay, what? I'm out of here, man. You know what I mean? But it's just crazy that people would say the outlandish shit to try to, first of all, suppress someone's popularity, right? And I have another video coming about that. All right. But it's crazy that he would say something that outlandish, and himself, he's like, well, besides the diehard boxing fans, nobody knows who he is. No, basically everyone knows who Anthony Joshua is. And if you had a poll, who knows Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder? Unless you grew up in the South, you might have knew who he was in Atlanta, maybe Alabama. But for the longest time, people didn't know who he was. He was with Golden Boy, then he went to PBC with Al Heyman. You know, he didn't fight on a top scale. He fought all the smaller guys, or should I say all the no-name guys that are ranked number 200 and whatever, you know. So it is not me bashing Wilder, is to show you that he was talking about the guy that he promotes. Okay, Deontay Wilder, if you know anything about Deontay Wilder, and if Deontay Wilder is all that, and he is the face of boxing in America, you know who his rivals are. You sure as hell know who Tyson Fury is, and Anthony Joshua for that matter, okay, for the last 3 to 4 years. Okay, because every fighter is only good as his rivals. And if there's any opportunity for those guys to fight, that's the fight that people want to see. Not just for diehards, but for casuals too, because that's the fight you hear about. Man, when Joshua gonna fight Wilder? Who do you got? You see what I mean? Those are the type of conversations that you run across with a casual fan, mind you. Okay? But him saying, oh, he's not known, he has to boost his profile in the United States. His profile was boosted in the United States by getting his ass whooped in Madison Square Garden. You can't undo that. But even before he got beat, he still competed in the States. So you can't say he never competed in the States. Now, if he never would have came to the States, there would be no way of us knowing how marketable he is if he never fought here. But guess what? He already did. And he broke records while he was here. You can't say the same about Deontay Wilder. Breaking records of any fucking kind. Breaking jaws, right? Skulls. Breaking his own hand, but not records. Okay, so anyway, I had to counterpunch that because someone sent that to me, and then this is my take on it. You guys tell me what you think of the narrative that Anthony Joshua is unknown outside of the UK. Tell me what you think. Please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunching. Peace.